Hello guys, myself Chaitali and you are watching Dear Coders. In this video, you will learn about the tables in the HTML. So let's begin. HTML tables allows web developers to arrange data into rows and columns. So these are the basic tags which are used for creating the tables. So we will see to add the tables into the code. So we will go to the code. So HTML table consists of table cells inside rows and columns. So table cell is defined by TD tag and TD stands for the table data. And the main tag for creating the table is the table tag. So we will start the tag and we will close the table tag. So inside this table tag, we will have some rows. So that are defined by TR tag. We have to end this TR tag. Now sometimes in the table we have the heading for the table like ID, name and all. So for that heading, to add the heading, we have to add the TH tag. So TH stands for table heading. So in this heading we will first write the ID. Now similarly we will have the two more headings for our table. One will be the first name and the second will be the last name. So these are the table rows we have created. So if we save this and we will try to see on the web page. So we have saved the file. Now we will open in the Google Chrome. So this is the row which is added by adding those heading tags. Now we will try to add two more rows with the data for that table. So again it will start with the TR tag and end with the TR tag. So now we have added the ID, first name and last name as the heading. So now we have to add the data. So for that we should have the TD tag. So it defines the table data. And in this data, suppose let's say first is the first ID for the table and then we'll copy this TD tag and we will be having two more rows, like two more data. Which one is the let's say ABC is the first name and XYZ is the last name. Now again I will save and we will see on the web page. So if we refresh, so you will able to see that heading is by default bold and the data we have added is coming below the that particular column. So now again we will add one more row. So we will copy this TR, we will paste. Let's say ID is 2 for the second row and so if we, I have saved the file. Now we will see on the web page. So if you refresh the page, that second data is added into the table. Now you will say that this is not looking as the table. So for that we can have the styles because of which we can modify our table look on the web page. So we will first see how we can add the borders to the table. So for that we should have the styles. So I will include the styles inside the head tag. So we will create the head tag and inside head we will have the style tag. Now inside the style, for adding the borders we should have the elements added like table then TH and TD should have the border. Okay, so we will add the border. Let's say it is 1 pixel, then solid. What will be the color of the border? So I will save the file and we will see the effect on the web page. So you will see that borders are added to the table, but now as there are double borders, like there is one border for the table, then there are other borders for the TH and TD tag. So we are able to see the two borders. So to remove this two borders, we can add the other property as border collapse, and it will be the collapse, like value will be the collapse for this. So with this, add the semicolon. Now we will see the effect. So you will able to see that the double borders are removed. So with this collapse property, we can remove the double borders. Now we can set the for each cell we can set the background color for the table. So for that we will add the other selector, which will be the TH and TD. So only for TH and TD elements we should add the color. So the property is the background color, and value I will provide as light gray. We'll save this and we'll see the effect on the home page. So as you see, we have added the background color to each cell. So with this background color property, we can add the background. Now if you want this table to occupy the whole width of the page, then accordingly you can set the width for the table. Also you can set the width as per you want, like 50% or 70%. So we will set it to the 100%. So for this table we need to add the style. So either we can add directly here, or here we can add table selector, and for this table we will add width 100%. Okay, so we will try to see the effect. So if you refresh the page, you will able to see that we have occupied the whole width of the page for that table. So you can set accordingly, like 50% or 60 as per your need. So this was with the changing the size. We can also change the width of the column. So there are some cases where we need the column to be of the more width than the other column. So in that case we can change that also. So we will see how to change that. So we'll go to code. So for which column we need the more size, for that column we will add the style. So as we want the width of the column to be more, so we will add the width property and we will give the value as the 60%. So we are saying that this column will take the 60% of the table. So we will refresh the page. So as we have seen, this ID has taken the more space than the other two columns. Now similarly we can change the height of this row. So in some scenarios, if we have the big text inside this table data, so at that place we can change the height. So for changing the height for that particular data, so we will again add the style, and here we need to have the height of the table to be specified. So now we will give 200 pixels. So we will save this and we will refresh the page. So as you have seen, the height of this particular row is changed to the height which we have mentioned in the code. So now there is a concept called cell padding and cell spacing. So cell padding is the space between the cell edges and the content. So like if this is the cell edge and this is the content, so whatever cell padding we will give, that will be applied here. And second is the cell spacing. So cell spacing is the space between the each cell. So we will try to add the first cell padding. So this padding will be applied to the edges and the content, so it will be added inside this. So in this we have to just add the property called padding, and whatever padding we have to give, that we have mentioned here. So we'll save and we'll refresh the page. So as you have seen, there is the 50 pixel padding applied between the cell edges and the content. Now other is the cell spacing. So cell spacing is the spacing between the each cell. So this will be applied to the table. So for that we have the property called border spacing. And we will add the values. So let's say suppose 30 pixels. So we will save this and we will refresh the page. So as you have seen, you have not able to see the difference. So for this we have to comment this border collapse. We should not have this border collapse. So I will comment this for now. Refresh the page. So as you have seen, we have this cell spacing between the each cell. So this is how we can do this change. So I will remove for now. Let me save it so that table will look proper. Now with like there are some cases where we need to merge these two column data like 1 and 2. Instead of this we should have only 1 in this. So for that we have the col span property. So sorry, we have the row span property. So as these two rows we have to combine. Okay, so for that purpose we have wherever the that data we have like we have now 1 and 2. Okay, so for that here for this td we need to comment this other td because we don't want it. You can remove, or for now I will just comment that. And instead of that, in this td we will add the row span. So here we will have the row span property and we will mention what will be the row span. So now we need to merge the two rows. So we will add the 2 number, and for that particular table I will combine like 1 and 2. And this we will again not need this one, not this one, this one. So I will comment it for now. So basically what we have did, we were having these two rows which was having the data 1 and 2. Now we have combined those data. So we will save the file and we will see how it will look on the home page. So as you can see, we have merged the two rows and we have combined them. Now similarly we can combine these two columns also. So this two we need to combine, like first name and last name should be the name only. Okay, so for that we have the col span property. So for that we will comment this first name and last name, because we don't want it into the two columns. We need only one column for that. And then for this we will be having one th only, which is the heading, and it will be having the whole span property. Now again, as we are merging the two columns, we will add the 2. And what will be the value? It will be the, or I will say, first and last name combined. So we have combined this 2 column into the 1. So we'll refresh the page. Now you will able to see that we have combined this column. And at last we can add the caption to this table also. So for that, in the table tag, below the table tag, we have the caption tag to add the caption to the table. So we will open the caption tag and we will close the caption tag, and whatever title you have to provide to that table, that we can mention. So I will mention as sample table. We will save this and we will see how it will look on the web page. So as you have seen, this caption is applied to the table at the top. So this was about the table. So you can try by creating more tables and you can understand whatever I have explained. We'll catch up in next videos. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. Thank you.